Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my makeup and I'm going to be using this to hold my hair back. It's just one of those scrunchies that you can just push your hair back to like wash your face or even put your makeup on. Today's foundation is going to be a combination of True Match Lumi and Maybelline New York Fit Me, all because one's a little bit too dark for my skin and the other is too light, and it just mixes really nice and matches my skin a little bit better. For my eyebrows, I'm going to be using Wheel Color Hydro Brows. Even though I don't really need it, I just want to use a little bit of color. For the lower eyelid, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Ink It. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do um, an upper eyelid, and if I do, it's going to be this Everlasting Waterproof Liquid Liner. For my blush, I'm going to be using this Face Studio Master Blush, one of these three. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Blusted Nudes, possibly these three right here. For lipstick, it's going to be this Mary Kay purple. This Mary Kay I got from my Mary Kay person. Um, my foundation, the Maybelline Fit Me, you can find at either CVS or Walmart. I forget which exactly. The True Match Lumi, I think you can find at Walmart. The eyeliner you can find almost anywhere. The brow, again, almost anywhere. This Maybelline New York palette, the blush palette, I think I got at Walmart. The eyeshadow palette, again, Walmart. For my foundation, what I'm going to be using is blending sponges. These you can find at Walmart. For to help blend it out, I'm going to be using this blending brush. This particular brush, you can find at Walmart, I think. Now, for the rest of my makeup, my best friend had gotten me these Stitch brushes for Christmas the one year, and she told me she got them off of Amazon. And to finish it all out is L'Oreal Paris Setting Spray. This one you can get at this particular brand, you can get at Walmart. So let's get to it. Okay, so with your foundation, it's going to be okay if you make it yourself look like a clown. And that's actually a good thing. Because once it blends out, you won't gonna you aren't gonna be looking like a clown. So my True Match Lumi comes with a pump. You're gonna wanna pump a little bit onto your uh sponge and just dab out. And when you do foundation, don't forget about your eyes. I know it's gonna sound crazy to do your eyes, but if you don't, you're gonna have your natural skin tone that your eyes have, and it's just gonna look weird. Now, me personally, I go down the front of my nose simply because it's gonna also, again, look weird if you don't. Now that I got the True Match Lumi on, let's go with the Maybelline Fit Me. I just simply shake them up, simply so that they're not all at the bottom. And that should be good. Again, you're going to do the exact same thing. However, this one does not have a pump, so you're going to just dump onto the sponge, and like the last one, you're going to make yourself look like a clown by dabbing. And if you take notice how I also go up into the hairline, that's perfectly fine. Is when you get a shower, all that makeup will come off. Okay, now that I have that second one on, let me take my blending brush. And this just simply mixes the two together and blends it out really nice. And the whole point of having foundation on is to make it look like you have a little bit of makeup on, but doesn't want to make it too obvious that you have makeup on. Because if you only want like your eye makeup and just to look like you have like foundation and your eyes, it's going to be perfectly fine. Okay, let's move on to the Real Colors Hydro Brow Pencil. So this particular pencil, I'm not a huge fan of. Simply because it's in my opinion pointless for those who actually have brows, and it doesn't color the way I want. But I can understand those who don't have eyebrows to color on their eyebrows, or ones that are too light and you want to give color. Now let's go on to the lower eyelid. So once you uncap it, this is what the pen is going to look like. You're just simply going to go along the bottom. You don't want to make it too dark to make it look like somebody punched you in the eye. But you also want to make it subtle enough that it's there. Now, I'm just going to show you how to use this, or show you what it looks like, and I'm not going to use it. So once you uncap the Everlasting waterproof liquid liner, this is what the application looks like. And you're just simply going to take that, like I did with the pencil, along the eyelashes. And if you want to make it a winged, just simply pull. And like I said, I'm not going to use that, simply because every time I use it, I wind up making a mess. Okay. And one of my other videos that I'm going to try and post, I showed you how to clean your brushes. Now, I'm not going to show you how to clean these because I had just cleaned these, and it's going to be the first time I'm using them after I clean them. So let's move on to the eyeshadow. And like I said, I'm going to be using the lighter because I don't want an overpowering wham bam, thank you ma'am eyeshadow. So what we're simply going to do is we're going to take a little bit on our brush, tap a little bit, just to get a little bit of it off. What I do is I just simply, with the lighter one, go across the entire lid. Same way with the other lid. Now, that's just the lighter. I do that with the lighter one, just like I do with the foundation. It's subtly there. And I take a little bit of the lightest one onto the bottom lid. And you don't want to go too far down. Now, the next one that I'm going to use is this next darker one here. And I just and that is just going to be, you're going to do the same thing. Now it's on to the next darkest one. And you just want to put, you're moving on to this one. And this one we're just going to put right at the eyelashes. Okay? Okay. Now that we have that done, what I do is I'll take this brush, which I use as my blending brush, and just simply blend it through. Okay. One thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is my, I forget what it's called, the stuff that goes on your lashes. I'm using Maybelline New York, the Rocket Volume Express. Eventually I'll remember. So when you pop it open, it's going to look like this. And all the makeup is going to be in here. Okay? So you're just simply going in and blinking. I simply go down to the bottom lashes. Now, I'm going to move on to the blush. And before I do that, sometimes if I'm feeling adventurous, I'll go with the eyeshadow and do the tries this way. And when I have darker on this one, I'll simply use my edging brush, just to simply put a line here and here. And for out here, I'll use the smaller. Now, for my blush, what I typically do is I'll use this lighter one for my whole face. And this darker one here to go like so. Now, I'd recommend following up your cheekbone and then pulling down. I then would go to the lighter pink, following the same principle, but slightly lower and pulling down. And then I would go in with the lighter one on my cheeks. Now, to top it off, I take the lightest one that I have and just simply go the rest of my face. Just to give my face a little bit of color. Okay, now that that's done, to finish it off is going to be the lipstick. You're simply just going to and also you want to avoid the corners of your lips. Simply because when you're talking, it'll spread it to the edges of your cheek, or I'm sorry, the edges of your lips. And if you already have stuff there, it'll make it look gross. I found that out the hard way. Now that we're finished with the makeup, we're gonna set it. You're simply gonna uncap it and spray. Now this you want to let dry. Be mindful that it doesn't get into your eye because it burns, which I'm just finding out. Um, and once it fully dries, your makeup's gonna set. Now, I'm gonna try and post this, but if I don't post it before the end of today, I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in the next one.